This is the Cable Matters Wi-Fi hard drive docking station. I have it kind of set up here beside my computer to kind of show you, how the video plays. I'll do that in a little bit. This is Cable Matters' latest little docking station that they released here. Uh, I have a router from Netgear that I originally purchased for setting up, a network drive, and I've been through many firmware updates and upgrades, and the the network drive has kind of been hit and miss and not exactly what I'd hoped it would be. So for me, trying this, docking station that has this capability seemed like a solution to try. So I figured I'd give it a shot. Uh, in the box that you get with the docking station is the power adapter, of course, which is approximately 4 feet long, a USB 3.0 cable, which is about 4 feet long, a network cable about 3 feet long, and the instruction manual. A couple strange things, though. The USB 3.0 cable is a little different, at least for me, than I've seen for these type of cables. Instead of the normal 3.0 in plug that they use a regular USB at one end and then a like almost looks like a printer USB plug. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but all the 3.0 plugs I've ever seen look like a little small, almost like a mini plug, except a little wider. So I don't know why they did it like that. But maybe there's a purpose. I'm not sure, or maybe that's a new standard. I don't know either. But that was a little odd to me. The other thing is the instruction book is okay, but there are some details with the setup and the installation. I'll get to that in a little bit. That is a little either inaccurate or they forgot some details or something. So that could be a little bit better. For me, I set up this, as you can see, I'm using a 2.5-inch SATA drive. This works for both 3.5 and 2.5 inches. Just be careful when you're plugging this thing in to make sure you line it up properly so you don't damage either the plug on your drive or the plug in the device, since it's recessed down into the dock. Maybe it would have been a little bit better to have that a little bit higher up and not so deep down in the dock to make it easier. But I mean, I kind of see why they did it for holding the drive, and it's kind of pro and con, however you make this thing. So this drive was empty, unformatted. I needed to format it, so the first thing I did was plug it into the USB part of the computer to see how well that worked. And that was actually very easy. The setup was very easily. You plug it in the computer, put it in the hard drive slot, turn on the power of the device. My Windows 7 machine recognized it right away. I formatted the drive. A blue LED, as you can see, is on, but when it's accessing, it flashes, so you know it's working. The file transfers were quick. Video was fine. No issues with USB. Then I tried setting up the wireless connection through my computer. This was where I had some issues, especially with the instruction book. The instructions were vague, referred to a Wi-Fi signal called Wi-Fi dock. That doesn't exist. In reality, you're looking for something called Codec 028E to connect to. The setup wasn't as intuitive and wasn't as easy. I had some issues getting this thing set up through my computer. For one, having the device find my wireless signal, and I was sitting very close, not as close as what is sitting right now, but within a few feet. I had to hit refresh several times before I could find my wireless signal to connect, to route it as it asked you to do. I wish this process was simpler, and a little easier. And I'm thinking the issues with this are probably firmware related, and hopefully a firmware update later will fix this. The step to check the internet connection, again, it took me 3 tries to get it to connect before it finally did. And I transferred files and video, and especially the video was choppy and not as good as I would have expected this to be. Again, I'm hoping these are firmware issues and get fixed over time, but we'll see. Strangely enough, though, when I connected using the tablet and the My AirDisk app that you have to download from the Play Store for Android, there's one for iPod as well, or I mean Apple as well. It did take a minute for this device to recognize, but strangely enough, this seemed to work better than through my computer. Weird, I know. The moves and music played smoothly, had no issues, and there were no problems other than maybe taking a minute to recognize. So again, it leads me to believe there's a firmware issue in relation to the wireless setup issue through the computer. Then finally, I tried through the network connection directly to the network access port on my router. This had no issue with file transfers, playing music, either on the music or on the computer or tablet. Everything was smooth and quick. I'm going to show you some video here just to quickly show you how smooth it is through the network, at least wired. So hang on for that. Let me get that. Now, although this is through my webcam and maybe the video will not be as smooth because this is through the webcam, but the video is playing very smoothly. This is a movie. Hopefully you can tell by the sound there's no hiccups, but it's playing smoothly. Overall, I really like this device. The things I've outlined keep it from being 5 stars, but the USB and the wired section of it worked really good, and even the tablet part of it worked really good. So hopefully they'll fix the issues with the computer connection and the setup, which is a little flaky in the firmware. But overall, I like this. I give this a total of 4 stars.